48-47, Pacers lead the Thunder at halftime. 24 minutes to decide an NBA champion. Welcome back to my live stream. My name's John. If you're just tuning in, Sports Bonanza John, my YouTube page. Appreciate a like and subscribe if you like the content I do here. Also on Twitch, Sport Guru John. I'll be there as well. I will have a Kick page eventually, Sports Kick John. There's no content on there yet, but I hope to have content on there very soon as well. But all right, 48-47 is a hard-fought game, as you would hope you would get in a Game 7 for a championship. Pacers leading this game by 1. Let's take a look at the overall numbers in the first half. The Pacers shot 42% from the floor on 16 of 38 shooting. Three-point range, 50%, 8 of 16. So 8 two-point field goals and 8 three-point field goals for the Pacers. Shot 8 of 13 from the free throw line for 62%. Thunder, meanwhile, shooting from the floor 41%, 17 out of 42. They were just 4 for 18 from three-point range, 22%. They left some free throws on the floor as well, 9 out of 13. 69% at the free throw line there. Rebound edge in this game, slight edge for the Thunder, 22-20. Turnovers in the half, 8 for the Pacers, 4 for the Thunder. Pacers had 8 pretty early in that second quarter, so they did a great job, much better job of ball handling there in that second quarter, in the second stage of the second quarter. Pacers are led in scoring by Siakam's 10. Tyrese Halliburton had 9 before he went out with that right leg injury. He will not be returning to this game. 9 out of Andrew Nembhard, 8 off the bench from Mathurin. 4 points for TJ McConnell, 3 apiece from Nesmith and Turner, and 2 out of Tony Bradley. Obi Toppin did not score in that first half for the Pacers, nor did Ben Shepherd seeing action in that first half. Thunder led by the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 16 points in that first half. 8 off the bench out of Alex Caruso, 5 apiece, 4 players with 5 points for the Thunder. Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Dort, all with 5 points apiece, and 3 points off the bench from Cason Wallace. Kenrich Williams and Aaron Wiggins played for the Thunder but did not score in that first half. As we have ourselves a 1-point game at intermission, 48-47, 24 more minutes to decide an NBA champion. Foul trouble in that first half. There's only one person with significant foul trouble in that first half. That's Cason Wallace with 3 fouls in that first half for the Thunder. Jalen Williams has 2 fouls. They're really the only 2 in any kind of issues. Pacers do have 4 players with 2 fouls. Nesmith, Nembhard, Bradley, and McConnell, all 2 fouls apiece for the Pacers. So 48-47, neither team's had bigger than a 5-point lead in this first half. So it has been a very, very nip-and-tuck close battle all throughout this first half. And see if it continues that way in the second half. This has one of those feels, the one team that makes a run as tightly as it's been fought in this game. It feels like the one team that makes a run in the second half is definitely going to have the advantage and have quite the upper hand toward an NBA championship. Mentioned at the beginning, the Pacers looking to be the first team to win a championship at the NBA and ABA levels. Spurs have won some NBA championships, but did not win the title back in their ABA days. The Thunder looking for their second franchise championship, their first in Oklahoma City. They did win one back in the late 70s with the Seattle Supersonics. So we are just about set to go here in the second half. Pacers have, you had one, Halliburton went out. You had to wonder who was going to step up. Pacers have gotten multiple players stepping up in Halliburton's absence, who again is out for the rest of this game with that right leg injury. As half number 2 is just about set to begin, the Thunder will have it to open the second half. And here we go. Mathurin gets the second half start for the Pacers. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Gilgeous-Alexander, long three. That was a forced shot, but the Pacers can't save it from going out of bounds. The Thunder will maintain possession. Thunder will inbound 25 seconds into the second half. This crowd has not sat the entire night. In Oklahoma City, Rick Carlisle, again, upset about something over there on the Pacers sideline. Open three off the inbound, no good. Hartenstein, that's Holmgren on the putback, and it's 49-48. Thunder by 1. Back come the Pacers. First possession of quarter number 3. Nembhard with it. Nembhard. And lost the ball. It's going to go to the Thunder and the Pacers' 9th turnover. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander off to Williams. Williams for 3. That's short. Another offensive rebound for the Thunder. They're 3rd already here in the 3rd quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander against Nesmith. Gilgeous-Alexander back outside to Williams. Williams has to launch a deep 3. Got it! He just threw that up there with the shot clock expiring, and it's a quick 5-0 run to begin the second half for the Thunder. If shot blocked at the other end, here's Siakam for 3. That's good. Siakam with a 3 to quiet the crowd, and it's 52-51. 10:20 mark of the 3rd. Williams to Caruso. He had a couple threes in the first half. He's fouled here by Nesmith, who I think just got his 3rd foul, and he did. So Nesmith picks up number 3. I was mistaken on that last 3, that forced 3 there by the Thunder. It was Dort, not Williams, that hit that 3. This is Dort inside, and he gets it off to Williams. Williams finds Caruso, can't make it, but he puts it back. And the Thunder crashing the offensive glass in this 3rd quarter, and they lead by 3. Here's Mathurin. Nembhard tries a 3 to tie it, round and out, rebound to the Thunder. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander almost lost it. Dort will try another 3. That's no good. And this time the Pacers come down with the rebound. It's Mathurin. And a turn it over. Pacers' 10th turnover. Williams got it. And this ties the largest lead for the Thunder at 5. Timeout, Indiana. It's a quick 9-3 spurt to the second half for the Thunder, as it is 56-51. 2.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Well, the Pacers 2 quick turnovers here in the 3rd quarter, and the Thunder 4 offensive rebounds in this 3rd quarter as they are attacking the offensive glass. Pacers now 10 turnovers for the game, as the Thunder have really, really stepped up the defense. Caruso has joined Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in double figures for the Thunder with 10 points. Gilgeous-Alexander leading the way with 16. As the Pacers have been outscored 9-3 to open the third. And now find themselves in a 5-point hole, 56-51. Updating you on that Mets-Phillies Major League Baseball score. Phillies up 7-1. So the Phillies, barring a major ninth-inning rally for the Mets, the Phillies are going to take first place in the National League East. As we are just a couple weeks away from the All-Star break in Major League Baseball already. And again, after this, Game 7, the NBA draft kicks off on Wednesday night. It'll be a 2-night affair, Wednesday and Thursday night. Dallas with the number 1 pick, expected to be Cooper Flagg out of Duke. Pacers, overall update stats in this one, Pacers down to 42% shooting. Neither team shooting it exactly well. Pacers at 42%, Thunder at 41%. Pacers are still 50% from three-point range. The Thunder 5 of 23 for 22%. Both teams have left some points at the free throw line. Pacers 8 of 13, Thunder 9 for 13. And it is 56-51, the lead for the Thunder with 9:20 remaining in quarter number 3. In this Game 7, the 7th and deciding game of the NBA Finals. As the Pacers will have the ball following this timeout. Mentioned Bennedict Mathurin got the second half start for the Pacers. As we are just about set to resume following the timeout. Pacers inbound. This is Nembhard with it. And a three-pointer short. Pacers get the offensive rebound this time, and Nesmith throws that up there, and he gets fouled. That was a forced shot there by Nesmith. They could have kicked that back out. Did get bailed out with the foul. Pacers inbound to Mathurin. Mathurin outside to Nembhard. Nembhard on the drive. Nembhard rimmed out, but he'll go to the line to try to earn 2. Tried to complete the three-point play there. Could not get it to fall. Foul's on Holmgren, his second. Nembhard got fouled pretty hard. Still almost got that to go in, but he'll have a chance to earn him from the line. First is good. TJ McConnell set to return for Indiana. McConnell will replace Nesmith. One more for Nembhard at the line, and hits them both. Thunder 56, Pacers 53. Williams on the drive, off the glass. That was a little out of control there, and back come the Pacers. Nembhard. Guarded by Caruso this time. Now Holmgren on him. Outside, here's a three-pointer. Miles Turner, it's good. Three-point basket ties the game at 56. First three for Miles Turner. Gilgeous-Alexander answers with a 3 at the other end. 19 for the NBA MVP, and it's 59-56 Thunder. McConnell. McConnell against Dort. Dort on him. And a turnover. Great defense that time for the Thunder. And the Thunder had a breakaway, but botch it there. They do keep it out of bounds. But the Thunder had a 3-on-1 there, but could not finish. And that's thanks to a great defensive play by Miles Turner once again. Gilgeous-Alexander receives the inbound. Gilgeous-Alexander against Nembhard gives it off to a wide open Holmgren who hits a three. And this is the largest lead of the game for either team, 6 points. 62-56. And the Pacers turn it over again. This is danger time for the Pacers right now. If the Thunder go on a run here, get the feeling the Pacers may be in trouble. Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Here's another open three. It rolls in. Jalen Williams with the three. It's a 9-point Thunder lead. Timeout, Rick Carlisle and the Pacers. As the Thunder have scored 9 straight in 1 minute 17 seconds. It is 65-56. 18-8 here in the third quarter. The Thunder have outscored the Pacers. And they have built their largest lead of the game, 65-56. With 7:13 to go in the third, all of a sudden the Thunder's three-point shooting is up to 31% as they have hit their last 3 from long range. 4 now in double figures for the Thunder as Holmgren and Williams have joined the double-digit scoring club. Pacers up to 12 turnovers now in the game. And Rick Carlisle had to take a timeout as this is the run that we won if a team was going to go on, and the Thunder are on it right now. Will the Pacers be able to respond? As now in a 9-point hole, the largest lead of the game. As this game has one of those feels, if this spread gets to double digits, it's going to be very, very, very difficult to battle back from that one. A couple WNBA scores to update you on. Golden State all over Connecticut at the break, 59-32 in that one. The Storm did beat the Liberty, 89-79. Mentioned earlier, the Vegas beat the Fever for the 16th straight time earlier today. Vegas winning 89-81. Mets and Phillies headed to the 9th, with the Phillies leading 7-1. So the Phillies look like they're going to take over first place in the National League East. But here are the Pacers trailing by 9 in this Game 7. They've had to take back-to-back timeouts here. So not only are they down 9, they're also down to 3 timeouts for the remainder of the game. As Rick Carlisle has to regroup his troops in this huddle at the timeout. It's an 18-8 third quarter thus far for the Thunder. They've outscored the Pacers. As the Pacers are set to inbound following the timeout. Here we go. Pacers bring it up with McConnell. Obi Toppin back in the game for the Pacers. McConnell drives inside and gets a much-needed basket for Indiana. 65-58. 6:45 to go in the third. Williams with it. Williams, Dort, Gilgeous-Alexander, Holmgren, and Wallace on the floor right now for the Thunder. And the layup is good. And the lead right back to 9, 67-58. 21 for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander now. McConnell with it. McConnell on the drive, gets cut off by Holmgren. Now McConnell back inside and gets cut off again, and we'll send it back out to Toppin, who's stripped and stolen. Dort backs it out for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Gilgeous-Alexander against Nembhard, 8 to shoot. Williams, left hand off the front of the rim. No. Rebound, Miles Turner. That would have indeed pushed the lead to double digits for the Thunder. Here's McConnell. McConnell again with the right hand. And TJ McConnell back-to-back baskets for Indiana. And it's 67-60. McConnell now with 8 in the game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander for 3. No good. Rebound, Obi Toppin. Toppin's had a quiet game offensively for the Pacers. Toppin has it now off to Nembhard. Finds McConnell. McConnell driving. McConnell inside. Got it. The last 6 Pacer points belong to TJ McConnell, and it's 67-62. 5 to go in the third. Holmgren inside from a dunk as he gets the dunk on the assist from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 69-62. McConnell again inside. McConnell taking over for the Pacers. He's in double figures now, 69-64. Gilgeous-Alexander stripped. Oh, they're going to get a foul. But TJ McConnell taking this game over offensively for Indiana, as he has the Pacers' last 8 points in this one. TJ McConnell's dad in the stands looking on here as Gilgeous-Alexander at the line. First is good. TJ McConnell discussing something with the official. One more coming for Gilgeous-Alexander. 22 points on the night. Man, missed the second. It's going to go Indiana's way, out of bounds. 4.5 to go in the third. Thunder up a half dozen, 70-64. Nembhard brings it up. Nembhard spins. Nembhard found in the paint. Missed it. Rebound, Caruso. To Dort. Dort for 3. Has the open shot. Missed it. Caruso's put back. No. And back come the Pacers. Ooh, Pacers dodge a bullet there as Dort had a wide open 3, but it rimmed out. Toppin with it now. That Fallon jumper is good by guess who? 70-66. McConnell now with the team's last 10. Caruso now to Wallace. Dort has another open 3 and misses again. Rebound to Indiana. McConnell gets the rebound. McConnell has taken this game over for the Pacers. McConnell, nice pass inside to Tony Bradley, who just checked back in. Toppin turns it over, and the Pacers turn it over for the 15th time tonight. Toppin with 4 turnovers himself. Thunder bring it up by 4. 3:15 and counting to go in the third. Williams. Williams inside. Hartenstein, a corner 3. That's good. Cason Wallace with the 3, and the Thunder getting some open 3-point shots, and they make one there to push the lead back to 7. And the Pacers turn it over again. Wallace lays it in. The lead back to 9, 75-66. The Pacers having serious problems with this Thunder defense. Toppin is fouled. He almost turned it over again, but got bailed out with a foul from Jalen Williams, who just picked up his 3rd. But wow, have the Thunder picked up the defense. And it has forced 6 Pacer turnovers in this third quarter. Mathurin returns for Indiana, along with Ben Sheppard. Thomas Bryant checking in for the first time in this game for the Pacers. Open 3, no. Offensive rebound, however, for Indiana, and it is knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Pacers, 13 to shoot, 2:20 to go in the third. McConnell to inbound. Pacers couldn't get the ball in, and they turn it over on a 5 count. Turnover number 17. And the Thunder look for a double-digit lead this trip. Hartenstein. Williams with it. Williams on the drive. Williams scores with the left hand. And it's a double-digit lead for the Thunder for the first time tonight. 77-66. Timeout again for the Pacers. Their 3rd timeout used here in the third quarter. And the Thunder have turned a 1-point halftime deficit into an 11-point lead with 1:56 to go in the third. And the turnover bug is plaguing the Pacers at a very inopportune time here in Game 7, as they have turned it over 17 times tonight. 8 here in the quarter. The Thunder have just 4 turnovers. And it is serious, serious danger time for the Pacers right now. They're shooting 45%, are the Pacers. 47, or 48 rather, from 3-point range. They have hit 10 threes tonight. Thunder shooting is at 45%. They're 30% from 3. The teams have combined for 51 3-point attempts tonight. Both teams are 10 of 15 from the free throw line. And the Pacers will inbound as McConnell will bring it in. McConnell with it. McConnell pulls up. McConnell got it. McConnell with the game's last 12 points for the Pacers, and it's 77-68. $16 in the game total for McConnell. Williams gets the roll at the other end, and the lead right back to 11. 79-68. And we have a foul here at the other end on the Thunder. And the Pacers down 11 with just over a minute to go in the third. Thunder had a foul to give. The officials are discussing something here right now. Oh, Rick Carlisle is not happy again on the Pacers sideline. He's had a few of those where he has not been happy. Shepard misses a three badly. It's rebounded by the Thunder. Final minute, quarter number 3. Pull-up jumper, Ronda out. Rebound to Indiana. Trying to get this back to a single-digit deficit again. McConnell again, not this time. It wouldn't drop. Rebound to the Thunder. Here's Caruso. Hartenstein brings it up. But the Thunder turn it over. Just their first turnover of the third quarter. A correction, Thunder take timeout. I beg your pardon. So no turnover. 35.7 to go in the third. Thunder lead by 11. They trailed by 1 at the break, but they've outscored Indiana here in this third quarter, 32-20. It was 25-22 Thunder after 1, 48-47 Indiana at the break, but now it's 79-68 in favor of the Thunder. 35 seconds remaining in the third. TJ McConnell trying to take this game over offensively for the Pacers. He's got 16 points, 12 here in the third quarter. He actually has the team's last 12 points. He's one of 3 Pacers in double figures. Siakam has 13, Nembhard 11. 3 Pacers in double figures. Thunder, following the timeout, will inbound. Telling stat here in this third quarter, the turnovers, but especially the points off turnovers. The Thunder, 18 points off Indiana turnovers here in the third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander misses, but it's tipped in by Hartenstein. And the Thunder, 13-point lead is their largest, 81-68. A difference of about 5 seconds here, shot clock, game clock for the Pacers, so they cannot quite run this down. Here's Nembhard. Outside, Siakam. With 2 to shoot, he's have to put this up. It's an air ball. Thunder for the final shot of the third. Gilgeous-Alexander, and that's too hard as the third quarter expires. But what a third quarter for the Thunder. They outscore the Pacers 34-20 and lead it by 13 after 3. Thunder 81, Pacers 68. with 12 minutes to go in Game 7. We've seen the Pacers make fourth quarter comebacks before. They're going to have to do it one more time. Facing a 13-point deficit. Updated stats here. Pacers at 44% from the floor. They are 46% from three-point range. Thunder are at 44%. Both teams shooting 44%. Thunder 29% from three. Free throws, Pacers 10 of back. Both teams are 10 of 15 at the free throw line, so both teams have left 5 points on the table there. But the big story in that third quarter, the turnovers. So the Pacers had 8 turnovers in that third quarter. They've got 17 now in the game. Thunder have 5 turnovers. They only turned it over once in that third quarter. And the points off turnovers in that third quarter, 18-0 for the Thunder. Thunder are led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's 22 points, 14 out of Jalen Williams, 12 out of Holmgren, and 10 for Alex Caruso, the 4 in double figures for the Thunder. 8 points apiece from Dort and Cason Wallace, and 7 out of Hartenstein. Pacers are led by T.J. McConnell, 16, 13 out of Siakam, and 11 out of Nembhard. Eight out of Mathurin, 6 from Miles Turner, and 3 for Nesmith. And 2 points out of Tony Bradley. Pacers got 9 out of Halliburton before he exited with that injury in the first quarter. But we are 12 minutes away from crowning an NBA champion, and the Pacers will have to have one more comeback in them as they trail 81-68. That baseball score is now a final. The Phillies have beat the Mets 7-1, so the Phillies take first place in the National League East. Update on that WNBA score. Golden State is all over Connecticut, 71-43 in the third. Run down the other baseball scores from earlier today. Yankees beat the Orioles 4-2. Tigers over the Rays 9-3. Pirates beat the Rangers 8-3. White Sox 4-2 win in Toronto over the Blue Jays. 5-3 win for the Marlins over the Braves. We'll update the rest momentarily as the fourth quarter is underway. And Nembhard misses his first shot of the fourth. Mathurin pulls down the offensive rebound, and the Pacers reset Toppin for 3. He's still scoreless. And it will be Thunder ball. McConnell getting a little bit of a breather here to start the fourth. Thunder to inbound. In it comes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander bringing it up to Wiggins. Caruso back to Gilgeous-Alexander, 10 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander, step back 3, good. 25 for the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 84-68 Thunder. Nesmith finds Toppin. Back to Nesmith. Nesmith. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Thunder. They're wanting a review. But doesn't look like one's coming. One is coming. 9 on the shot clock for the Pacers as they inbound. And now we may get a review. hard to tell on that one angle because the fans were in the way. Ooh, I think the Thunder may have a gripe here that would look like it went off Neesmith on that second replay. So the Thunder may win this one. First angle was blocked by a fan, but on that second angle, it did look like Neesmith knocked it out there. They will go to a review. After this NBA game, bringing you a little bit of Major League Baseball here throughout the summer. But as football season gets underway, going to be doing a lot of football on this page, both NFL and college. We're really going to be doing a lot more college probably than NFL. But when football season gets underway, there's going to be a lot of live streaming action on this page for you this fall. Again, we'll be bringing you some Major League Baseball throughout the season as well. Hopefully, we'll be bringing you a game or two this coming week. I have to check the schedule. I do still have a full-time job, so it's going to be depending on my work schedule there. If nothing else, I more than likely will try to be with you Saturday evening for that Cubs-Astros game in Houston, is the tentative plan right now. And depending on my work schedule, may bring you a midweek game as well. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But definitely plan on being with you Saturday night for that Cubs-Astros game in Houston as we approach the All-Star break in Major League Baseball. Seems like the season just started, and here we are already approaching the All-Star break. So back to this one, it's 84-68 Thunder. The Thunder reviewed an out-of-bounds play that I think they are going to win. It was ruled Pacer ball, but the replay looked like it did go off of Neesmith's hand. It has been all Thunder so far in the second half. Pacers had a 1-point lead at the break, but it has been all Thunder in the second half as they have really picked up the defense and have forced the Pacers into 8 second-half turnovers to this point, maybe the 9th on this replay after this replay review. Getting the call now. And the call has been reversed. It is Thunder ball. That did look like the correct call. So the Thunder have it. Here's Caruso. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He'll pull up and missed it. Rebound Neesmith. So even though the Thunder won that challenge, one of those kooky rules in the NBA, they still did get charged a timeout. Here's Mathurin. Mathurin outside. A three-pointer, no good. Mathurin gets the rebound, but we're going to have a foul before the Mathurin rebound on Indiana. Got Neesmith, I believe, with his fourth. And Neesmith was holding Caruso on the rebound attempt. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Guarded by McConnell. Gilgeous-Alexander spins. Gilgeous-Alexander the turn. Instead kicks it outside for a three. Wiggins short. Rebound Indiana. Mathurin with it. Back to Neesmith. Back to Mathurin. And a foul called. Going to get Gilgeous-Alexander with his second. As the Pacers still looking for their first points of the fourth quarter. Pacers to inbound. Nembhard to bring it in. Finds McConnell. McConnell is fouled. And the Pacers will inbound again. Cason Wallace returning for the Thunder. Replaces Wiggins. Pacers inbound to McConnell. Here's Siakam on the drive. Siakam cut off. Finds an open three. Nesmith's three is blocked. Siakam gets it for the Pacers. That rims out. Rebound Holmgren for the Thunder. Pacers in a serious drought right now at a very inopportune time. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander against Nesmith, spins, finds Wallace inside with the right hand. And Cason Wallace makes it an 86-68 lead for the Thunder. Double-double now for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to go with his 25 points. He has 11 rebounds. McConnell almost lost it. McConnell finds Nesmith, hits blocked by Holmgren, and the Thunder save it. This is a whale of a second-half defensive effort by the Thunder. By far, their best defensive performance of this series. Gilgeous-Alexander misses a three. Wallace gets to the offensive rebound, and the Thunder reset. Pacers still scoreless the first 3.5 minutes of the fourth. Gilgeous-Alexander outside, and a three is good. And the lead balloons to 21 for the Thunder, 89-68. Timeout, Indiana, and the Thunder starting to feel it. 8:27 to go. The Thunder have now outscored the Pacers by 22 points in the second half to erase a 1-point halftime deficit to go up now by 21, 89-68, with 8:27 to go. Pacers' field goal percentage has dropped under 40% now, 39%. They have dropped to 40% from three-point range. The Thunder have increased their shooting percentage to 45%, 31% from three on 11 for 35. But they were down in the 20% range earlier in the first half. And just an unbelievable defensive effort in the second half for the Thunder, as they are now at 5 players in double figures, with Wallace now getting in the double figure column with 10. And the Pacers are still getting shut out the first 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter, and the Thunder starting to feel it. Starting to feel a championship in Oklahoma City. They are 8.5 minutes away from getting that done. We've seen the Pacers have fourth quarter comebacks in this series before, but this would be a mighty one to overcome right now in a 21-point hole with 8.5 minutes to go. They are also down to 1 timeout remaining, as they've had to use 4 timeouts here in the first 15.5 minutes of the second half. TJ McConnell has been shut down defensively, and Nobody's been able to pick up the offense for the Pacers. As McConnell has 14 of the Pacers' 20 second half points. I'm sorry, 12 of the Pacers' 20 second half points. Those were all in the third quarter, as the Pacers have yet to score here in the fourth. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has put up another double-double here with 25 points and 12 assists. And the NBA MVP trying to close out the season, winning the MVP and also winning an NBA championship. Chet Holmgren announced a nice bounce-back game for the Thunder tonight in Game 7 after a disastrous Game 6 for him. So the Pacers get set to inbound after the timeout. McConnell brings it up. McConnell finds Nesmith for three, but instead we're going to have an offensive foul on the Pacers and their 18th turnover of the night. Williams with it. Brings it up for the Thunder. Guarded by Nembhard. 8 minutes to go. Williams to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander on the drive. Gilgeous-Alexander, the step back, short. Thunder, another offensive rebound. That is the 12th offensive rebound for the Thunder tonight. Williams misses a three and make it the 13th offensive rebound. Holmgren thought he was fouled and does get the call. Miles Turner with his third. And Holmgren will head to the line. 12-point night for Holmgren. First of two free throws is good. Holmgren also with 7 rebounds tonight. He is 3 rebounds shy of a double-double. Dort's going to get a breather here. One more coming for Holmgren. Missed it. Nembhard with the rebound. Pacers, the first 4.5 minutes of the second half are still looking for their first points of the fourth quarter. First 4.5 minutes of the fourth quarter are still looking for their first points. And they finally get it here with the jumper by Siakam. 90-70. Caruso brings it up. Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 to shoot for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander on the drive against McConnell. Gilgeous-Alexander turns it over. That's just the second turnover of the second half on the Thunder, and now Caruso is going to get called for a foul after the turnover. Seven to go. Siakam brings it up. Siakam got bumped, and it's going to be a foul on the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander picks up his third. It'll send Siakam to the line. 15-point night for Siakam. First free throw by Siakam is good. Ben Shepherd returns to the lineup for the Pacers. And one more free throw coming for Siakam. Pacers 11 of 16 from the line. Make it 11 for 17 as he misses the second. Put back off the offensive rebound, no good. Siakam tries a three. That's no good. Rebound to the Thunder. And a Thunder player underneath the basket shaken up here. Didn't catch who that was. Jalen Williams shaken up underneath the basket for the Thunder. He's rubbing his right eye. I wonder if he got poked in the eye. Staying in there. Thunder bring it up. Up 19, 6:40 to go. Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander, foul line jumper, round and out. Rebound, Ben Shepherd. Back come the Pacers. Nembhard. Mathurin. Mathurin threw that up from the foul line, got it back, though, and got fouled. And Mathurin will head to the line. That almost looked like Mathurin that was a pass to himself off the backboard. And he heads to the line for two. Pacers are in the bonus, so they will be shooting free throws for the final 6:19. Mathurin's first is good. Hartenstein returns for the Thunder. In for Holmgren. Cason Wallace goes out as well. One more coming for Mathurin. And good. 90-73. The Thunder lead is 17 with 6:15 to go. Mathurin now in double figures with 10 points. Hartenstein with it. Hartenstein, Williams lost it, and the Pacers get it. Turnover, Thunder, Mathurin, no. And we're going to have a foul. Getting quite physical down there underneath the basket. A little bit of scrum for the ball there on the loose ball. Mathurin was fouled by Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his fourth foul. With 5:57 to go, Mathurin back to the line. First free throw, good. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 4 fouls here for the Thunder. Mathurin has one more. The Pacer bench looks on. McConnell still on the bench. This happened in Game 5 as well as Mathurin hits the second. McConnell single-handedly brought the Pacers back in the third quarter, but sat for quite a few minutes in the fourth, and the same thing's happening here. Caruso inbounds for the Thunder. The Pacers are within 15 here. Still 5:50 to go. At the other end, a foul, and the Thunder trying to complete a three-point play. And Dort is down for the Thunder. Boy, the physical play has really picked up. Dort's holding the side of his head. Yeah, he got popped pretty good on that side. Siakam got him on the foul. Yeah, that was a pretty good shot Siakam gave Dort there on the foul. They're going to look at this to see if this needs to be upgraded. I don't It was a hard foul, there's no question, but I don't think it's going to rise to the flagrant level, as it looked like Siakam was going after the ball, was trying to play the ball. Don't get me wrong, it was quite the shot that Dort took, but I just don't see this one rising to the flagrant level. James Capers, Josh Tiven, and Sean Wright, the officials that got the assignment for this Game 7. And it is just a common foul. That replay did not take long. Dort will head to the line for 2. Both teams in the penalties, so both teams will be at the line for the final 5:50 of the fourth quarter. First free throw by Dort is good. Another big night for Gilgeous-Alexander, Williams, and Holmgren. 55 points combined by the 3. Dort 1 of 2 as he misses the second. Mathurin pulls down the rebound. Mathurin on the drive is fouled, and they're going to get Dort, I believe. And Mathurin is down at the other end. Mathurin took a pretty good shot down to the floor. And this physical play is starting to look like a WWE match out there. Mathurin at the line for 2. Chance for the Pacers to get points with the clock stopped here. First by Mathurin, good. Pacers down to 1 timeout remaining. Thunder have 3. Mathurin, with that last rebound, has reached a double-double with 13 points and now 10 rebounds. He's got 1 more free throw here. And hits it. He's got 14 now, and that's the Thunder lead is 14 as the Pacers on a little bit of a run here. Still 5:40 to go. Still time as the Pacers are currently on a 9-1 spurt. Williams with it. Williams on the drive, 2 to shoot. Williams has to put it up. No good. Another offensive rebound for the Thunder. Boy, the Pacers have just gotten shot in the foot, giving up all these offensive rebounds. And a 3, no good. And this time, the Pacers able to pull down the rebound. Nesmith will bring it up. Pacers down 14, a chance to get closer with 4:55 to go. Nembhard to Mathurin. Mathurin on the drive, puts it in, and it's down to a 12-point game. 91-79, timeout. Oklahoma City. So this one may not be over quite yet as the Pacers on an 11-1 run to get this back down to 12, 91-79. 4:45 to go. Do the Pacers have 1 more fourth quarter run in them? They're shooting right at 40% as their shooting's really cooled off. They're at 40%. down to 39% from three-point range. Thunder shooting's at 42%. They're at 30% from three-point range. The two teams have combined for 63 three-point attempts tonight for the Pacers and Thunder combined. Both teams struggling from the line a little bit. Pacers have missed 6 free throws. Thunder have missed 7 free throws. Pacers have done a much better job protecting the ball here in the fourth quarter. But if they end up losing this game tonight, they can point to those 8 third-quarter turnovers as one of the reasons why. But they have pulled within 12 here. There's still time, 4:45 to go. Thunder almost turn it over on the inbound, but they're able to get it up the floor to Gilgeous-Alexander. TJ McConnell has reported in for the first time in the fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander short, and he's fouled. And the NBA MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is heading to the line. His foul is on Nembhard, his third. Two free throws for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the line for the Thunder. First is good. That stops the 11-1 run for Indiana. Rick Carlisle again not happy on the Pacer bench. 27 for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder lead is 14. McConnell blocked by Holmgren. And Pacers knock it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Thunder. So McConnell, who had scored the Pacers' last 12 points of the third quarter, gets his first shot attempt in the fourth, blocked. At the other end, a block. And the Pacers come down with it. At the other end, layup, no, but a foul. And Mathurin will head to the line. If that's on, which it is, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that's number 5. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just picked up his 5th foul for the Thunder. And it sends Mathurin to the line. Gilgeous-Alexander is going to have to come out here. Although the Thunder are challenging this play where the foul is called. So regardless whether they win this challenge or not, this will cost the Thunder their next to last timeout. So both teams are going to have one timeout left. They're showing the replay here right now. It looks like Gilgeous-Alexander was trying to get out of the way, but it also looked like there was a little bump. So this is going to be interesting to see how they call this. I tell you what, there wasn't a whole lot there. This is a big call here because if this call stands, and the call will stand, so it will be Gilgeous-Alexander's 5th foul. And Mathurin will head to the line. So that's a big call there. Gilgeous-Alexander staying in the game with the 5 fouls. Mathurin at the line for 2 to try to make this a 12-point game again. 4:11 to go. Matherin's first of two is good. One more coming for Matherin. Just to cut it back to 12. Matherin is second is good. He is now 8 for 8 at the free throw line. I wasn't going to say it. Caroon, and we have a timeout. As the Thunder had trouble inbounding the ball, the Thunder have just used their last timeout of the game. So they are out of timeouts with 4:11 to play, leading 93-81. So that could be a big play in this game as well. Pacers themselves are only down to one timeout. So with 4:11 to go, Thunder look to close this out, up by 12. But if you're the Pacers, on every offensive possession, I think if you're the Pacers, you have to go after Gilgeous-Alexander, try to get him that sixth foul. 27 points for him tonight, along with 12 assists, a double-double, but again, has the 5 fouls. Thunder to inbound here. Caruso. They get it in this time to Gilgeous-Alexander. Teams just a combined 5 for 23 from the floor here in this fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander. Guarded by Nembhard. Now McConnell on him. 8 to shoot for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander. Step back 3. No. Rebound Indiana. They can cut this to 10 or 9 with a 3. Here's McConnell. McConnell on the drive. McConnell inside. And we have got a jump ball, it looks like. And we have another Pacer down. We have seen a lot of players get banged up here tonight. Latest one here for Indiana looks like Matherin on the floor. Holmgren and Matherin jumping this up. And the Thunder win the tip. Or the jump ball, I should say. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Gilgeous-Alexander with 10 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander against McConnell. Gilgeous-Alexander spins. Foul line. No. Rebound Indiana. McConnell stripped from behind. Great defensive play. I don't think McConnell had any clue a defender was behind him. That's turnover number 21 for Indiana. Dort. Caruso. Finds Williams for 3. Short. That's 3 consecutive misses for the Thunder. And we have a foul on Indiana on the rebound. Boy, the Pacers have been given chances with these Thunder misses. But at the other end, they either turn the ball over themselves or can't get a shot to go down. Both teams in the penalty will be shooting free throws. Holmgren at the line. And first, no good. Another miss at the line for the Thunder. Holmgren now just 2 for 5 at the line tonight. Holmgren gets the second one to go down. That's the first scoring change we've had in a couple minutes. We were stuck on 93-81 for a couple minutes there. Nesmith, by the way, just picked up his 5th foul on that last foul for Indiana. So Nesmith and Gilgeous-Alexander both with 5 fouls. Nembhard tries a 3. Good! And the lead is down to 10 with 2.5 to go. But the Pacers don't get back on defense, and Holmgren has a breakaway dunk. The lead is 12. Make it 10 on the layup at the other end. 96-86. Pacers going with some press here, but the Thunder break it. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 minutes to go. Thunder ball in a 10-point lead. They're going to use the clock here to their advantage. And a silly foul out there. Boy, the Pacers were trying to double team, but they commit a silly foul out there about 43 feet from the basket. And Nesmith just fouled out. So a double whammy there for Indiana. A silly foul plus the 6th one on Nesmith. So he's gone. Just 3 points tonight for Nesmith, but he did have 6 rebounds. Couple blocks and a couple steals in 30 minutes. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hits the first free throw. So the Pacers have fought back here in the fourth quarter, but it appears that the deficit may have been a little bit too big, as Gilgeous-Alexander hits 2 to push the lead back to 12. Nembhard brings it up. Final 100 seconds. Nembhard is fouled by Caruso, and that's the last thing you want to do if you're the Thunder. Send the Pacers to the line with the clock stopped. Caruso picks up his 3rd. First free throw by Nembhard is short. That's a big miss. Second free throw coming for Nembhard to try to cut it to 11. He does. 98-87. Williams to bring it up for the Thunder. Williams with it with 10 to shoot. Williams on the drive, and a foul is called. Jalen Williams heads to the line with 1:26 to go. First by Williams, good. One more coming for Jalen Williams. Got them both. 13-point lead for the Thunder. 1:20 to go. Here's Nembhard. Nembhard turns it over. The Pacers turn it over for the 22nd time. And another foul on Indiana with 1:04 to go, and the Thunder 64 seconds away from an NBA championship. They've been the best team all season long, 68 wins in the regular season. They did have that battle in a 7-game series with Denver in the second round, and they go to 7 again here in the finals. But they are a minute 4 away from finishing this off. It was that decisive third quarter that just turned the tide in this one. Thunder outscored the Pacers by 14 in the third, but it was the defense, the 7 third quarter Pacer turnovers, that just doomed them. 3-pointer no good as we're under a minute. Toppin in the corner for 3, and he, I believe, stepped out of bounds. Gilgeous-Alexander off to Williams. Pacers not going to foul at this point. And Dort for 3, it's an air ball. And we have a foul on the Pacers. Thunder are going to clear the bench here as Holmgren's at the line. And going to give the chance to get the starters one last hand from this Oklahoma City crowd, as they are 32 seconds away from bringing a title. 2 Oklahoma City Pacers clearing their bench as well. Holmgren hits 2. Final 30 seconds. Mathurin gets that basket to go, 103-89. Pacers get the steal here. Mathurin again, and he is fouled underneath the basket with 19.5 seconds to go. The excitement on the Thunder bench and the dejection on the other side on the Indiana bench. Mathurin hits the first. And you know the Pacers are going to be pointing back to that Game 4 that they let slip away in that fourth quarter. That would have given them a 3-1 lead. And the third quarter in this one. Second free throw by Mathurin's good, 103-91. That very well may be the final score. Thunder are just going to dribble this out. No reason to shoot it anymore. The Pacers, no reason to foul at this point. And the best team in the NBA all season long, the Oklahoma City Thunder, have just brought an NBA championship to Oklahoma City. 103-91, the final in Game 7. The Thunder with their first championship as the Thunder's second overall championship for the franchise. And this was a physical series, but the respect between the two teams getting shown on the floor right now as handshakes and high fives all around both sides. But the Oklahoma City Thunder are the 2024-2025 NBA champions. as they win a hard-fought 7-game series and close this Game 7 against the Pacers out with a 103-91 win in Game 7. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 29 points in the clincher. I would think more than likely you're going to see him get the MVP trophy. Jalen Williams, I think, has a shot, though, with 20. He finished with 20 points. He had that 40-point game in Game 5. 18 out of Holmgren and 10 apiece from Wallace and Caruso. That's the 5 the Thunder put in double figures tonight in this Game 7. Dort added 9 and Hartenstein 7 to round out the scoring for the Thunder. Pacers ended up being led in scoring tonight by Mathurin's 24 points. He had a great Game 7 here. 16 apiece out of Siakam and McConnell. 15 points out of Nembhard. Other scoring in the game, Halliburton had 9 before exiting with that injury. 6 out of Miles Turner, 3 out of Nesmith, and 2 out of Tony Bradley. The scoring for the Pacers. But boy, Pacers end up another 20-plus turnover night tonight. That is the 3rd game this series the Pacers had over 20 turnovers. As the Thunder close out an NBA championship with a 103-91 Game 7 win over the Indiana Pacers. Pacers end up shooting 41% from the floor, 39% from 3. They were 22 of 29 at the free throw line, 76%. Thunder end up shooting 40%. 28% from 3 and 71% from the free throw line. Both teams missed some free throws tonight. The Pacers actually won the rebound tonight, 45-40, which was surprising considering how the Thunder had all those offensive rebounds in that what ended up being the decisive third quarter in this one. 34-20. The Thunder outscored the Pacers in that third quarter, and also forced those 7 third quarter turnovers. And that really was the difference in this one. It was 25-22. Thunder after 1. Pacers led by 1 at the break, but that third quarter just changed the total game and total tone of this one, as the Thunder outscored the Pacers in that third quarter 34-20, enforcing those 7 turnovers as well. And the Thunder close out a 103-91 Game 7 win over the Pacers. I'm going to stay on with you here until they announce the MVP, which Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I'm going to probably say is going to end up with it, but I still think Jalen Williams will have a shot at it. But what a hard-fought series, and the first Game 7 we saw in the NBA Finals since 2016, that classic Cavaliers-Warriors series that year. The year the Cavaliers came back from a 3-1 deficit to come back to beat the Warriors in 7. Home team in this series ended up winning 5 of the 7 games. Pacers took Game 1 on the road in Oklahoma City. Thunder took Game 4 in Indianapolis. As Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is getting interviewed on the television side right now. Again, a 29-point outing for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tonight to go along with 12 assists, a double-double. He took 27 shots tonight for the Thunder. He shot 8 of 27 in this game. 12 of those 27 shots were behind the three-point arc. Mentioned the turnovers for the Pacers. They end up with 21 in the game. Thunder only 7 turnovers in this game. Again, 3 times in this series, the Pacers went over the 20 turnover plateau. They were able to still win game 1 despite that. But that is just a 17 assists, 21 turnovers. That is not a winning formula. Meanwhile, on the other end, the Thunder tonight, 20 assists, just 7 turnovers. Which clearly was part of the deciding factor. As the Thunder, in their second finals appearance as the Oklahoma City franchise, bring home the NBA championship. Benji, they've been the best team all season long, 68-14 in the regular season. They had the number 1 seed in the West wrapped up pretty early and had their way in the first round series against Memphis. Denver took them to 7 in the conference semifinals, and then they took out Minnesota in 5 games in the conference finals before winning the NBA finals in 7 over the Pacers. A hard-fought effort for the Pacers, who ended up as the 4th seed in the East. Hard to believe they were the 4th seed in the East, as they took care of Milwaukee in round 1, took care of the number 1 seed Cavaliers pretty easily in the Eastern Conference semis, took out the Knicks in 6 in the conference finals before falling here in 7 in the NBA Finals to the Thunder. Again, 103-91. Final score in the 7th and deciding game of the NBA Finals. Again, I'm going to try to stay with you here until they announce the MVP of the finals. Taking about a 18-minute long commercial break right here on the TV broadcast. Rick Carlisle denied his second NBA championship with his second different team. Of course, he took the Mavericks to the title back in 2011. But falls here in the 2025 NBA Finals. Pascal Siakam was looking for his second NBA championship as he won one with Toronto back in 2019. That Toronto team that beat Golden State that year. That was the year in the finals, if you recall. Klay Thompson went out for Golden State in that series, and once he went out, it totally turned that series to Toronto as they beat Golden State in 6 that year in the NBA Finals. As the championship trophy is being awarded right now on the floor, the Larry O'Brien Trophy, as it's called in the NBA, being awarded right now to the champion Oklahoma City Thunder. Got the Thunder owner and GM up there receiving the trophy. Of course, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver doing the honors. Boy, the physicalness of this series that ended up being play here in Game 7 is all how physical it got, but you also saw the respect these two teams had for each other. Well-deserved. With the sportsmanship at the end. Both these teams, one side or the other, got a lot of dislikes on social media. And I don't know why, because these are not two of the more dislikable teams in the NBA. I did not understand all the dislike these two teams got. There's a lot of teams not well liked in the NBA. I would not put these two teams in that column, but think we're about to get the MVP announcement here. Well, interview right now with the GM of the Thunder right now. Lisa Salters doing the interview, and I think Lisa Salters one of the best in the business as far as sideline reporters go. We're about to get the MVP. Myself, personally, I would give it to Jalen Williams. Who I think is going to get it is probably going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like I said, in my opinion, I would give it to Williams if I was vote. Of course, I don't have a vote, but if I did, Williams would get my vote. Still talking to the GM right now. I'll tell you what, folks, this Thunder team is going to be around towards the top of the NBA here for the next several seasons, I believe. Interviewing the Thunder coach right now. Dagno. I've been hesitant on saying his name because I don't want to mispronounce it. I believe it's Daigneault, Mark Daigneault, I believe. I've been hesitant to say his name this whole time because I don't want to mispronounce it. I hope I got that pronunciation right. Great. One of the great young coaches in the league right here. This Thunder franchise, of course, relocated to Oklahoma City from Seattle after the 2007-2008 season. And boy, what a move that was. This team has been well received from day one in Oklahoma City. And this is having a few not so good seasons in there. But that is no longer the case, as they stand atop the NBA world as NBA champions. And now I believe we are going to get the series MVP announcement right here. And the MVP trophy was just announced, and it is indeed Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting the NBA MVP. Hard to argue that. I would have given it to Williams. It's hard to argue this. He did average 30 points a game in the series. So you can't really argue Gilgeous-Alexander getting this. So now he has an NBA MVP, regular season MVP, NBA Finals MVP, and an NBA championship. And to top it off as well, he also won the NBA scoring title. So he is only the fourth person in NBA history to win all of those awards in one season. Congratulations to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder, your 2024-2025 NBA champions. 103-91, the final in Game 7 over the Indiana Pacers. And, of course, congratulations to the Pacers on a great season as well. Going to wrap up the coverage here. This NBA Finals. I thank you for joining me on a live stream. I'm planning on being with you Saturday night to do some Major League Baseball here, Cubs and Astros. Possibly we'll do a midweek game as well. Have to see how the schedule goes, but I definitely plan on being back with you Saturday night for a Major League Baseball game between the Cubs and Astros. Thank you for joining me, everyone, for this Game 7 live stream, and be seeing you down the road here with more sports action and some baseball coming up for you coming up this week. Thanks for joining, everybody. Take care.